Hello, this is Nick Lightbody. An essential bit of kit in the tool bag for me for many years has been this Ormiston Splicer. It's a very simple but neat bit of kit, very small and relatively light. It enables you to mimic what a knicker press does on copper ferrules when doing steel rigging, but without the cost or the size, etc. So basically you take this device, you set up your ferrule with the wire through it, etc. in the appropriate size slot. You move the bolts to the right position so you've got one on each side. I normally then put this end of the splicer in a vise to hold it firm, and then wang up these bolts alternate half turn a time with a decent size adjustable spanner, rather a ratchet spanner with a 1/2 inch socket on it. So that'll happily do the job, and I've had this one since the early 80s when this was launched as a new product by Ormiston Wire, and the other day this bolt decided it had enough and sheared off. So I contacted Ormiston, and as ever, marvellous service, they immediately supplied me with a replacement. So let's have a look in the have a look and see what we get in the package, shall we? Now, it is worth noting that these things will not be available forever, because Ormiston did mention to me that the folk that actually manufacture them for them to their design have all retired. And there we are. We've got another package inside here. Let's see what we've got in here. There we are. So one shiny new Ormiston Splicer. You can see that it's exactly like the original design. It has instructions. Ah, well, they are. They said that I deserve a new one, having used the last one for 40 years. As we said before, Ormiston are the people to go to for wire. They're extremely good. They're a British company. They've been making wire for, I think, several hundred years, and they're the best people in the UK to get wire from, in my opinion. And here are the instructions, which are commendably brief, if I remember from the original ones, but precise. So here is how to use your Ormiston Splicer. So it shows you precisely how to use it. They're using an open-ended spanner rather than a socket set on it. You can see that the smaller size splices are going to use a single bite, if you like, and the larger ones you have to do either 2 or 3 bites to do those ferrules, which is exactly what you do on a knicker press. And then at the bottom here they have a life-size gauge of the correct sizes of the ferrules for 1.5mm, 2mm, 2.5, 3mm and 4mm, so that you can be in no doubt what is the right size. When you put the ferrule on the wire, these copper ferrules are a fairly loose fit, and when you compress the splicer, then the copper sort of flows, and it basically flows under compression into the wire. The other way you can use the Ormiston Splicer is for when you're putting a stainless lock on a halide lock. So I'll show you where they come from. So when you're doing a halide lock, we normally use 2mm wire for the halide. Here is a T-terminal. You can see that we've cut the end off it. So cutting the end off it, which is basically it is annealed stainless steel with a 2mm hole down it. We cut them off, and we then make these, which if you If you buy them from a chandler, they'll probably charge you 15 quid a time for them. But basically, they just cut off these. The point is that this material is the right type of stainless steel to compress so that it will actually flow into the stainless steel wire and grip it and never move. So these ones, as they are for a 2mm, they'll fit precisely on the wire, and you can then crimp them up in this one, in the 2mm one, and having crimped it up in that, I normally put it in the 1.5mm as well and give it a bit of extra compression there. So I've done this several times and they've always worked. So you can put these little lock stops or ferrules, whatever you care to call them, on wire for a Halid lock, and you can do it with Ormiston Splicer. But if you want to have an Ormiston Splicer in your toolkit, you probably need to buy one fairly soon because, as I said earlier, they told us that they wouldn't be making more after the current batch because the chaps who make them have all retired. So there we are. Great bit of British engineering, simple and effective, and it works, and it's been working, as I said, for me since about 1983. Thank you, and that's the end of that video.